Today is Tuesday, March 31st, 2020. My name is Jen Harris. I'm the Chief of Media Services and the Public Information Officer for the COVID-19 emergency. Today, the state has reported that we now have 40 confirmed cases of coronavirus in Charles County, which is 7 more than were reported yesterday. They released this data at 10 a.m. today, and now there are also 1,660 confirmed cases statewide in Maryland. By now, everyone should be aware that Governor Hogan announced an executive order which orders residents to stay at home except for essential trips to obtain things like groceries, medical care, and medicines, or to report to work for an essential job. That order became effective at 8 p.m. on Monday evening. Please avoid traveling unless you absolutely need to do so. Avoid traveling outside the state unless you absolutely need to go somewhere else for an essential work function. And finally, if you use public transportation, it should only be used if you're trying to get to an essential job or you have other travel that's absolutely necessary. This was all included as part of the executive order that was announced by Governor Hogan, and we encourage the public to stay informed and to follow those directives. Our hospital is continuing its preparation for a surge in patients. As we have shared before, if you have any questions about whether or not you need to seek treatment for coronavirus, we urge you to contact your personal health care provider first. If you don't have one, you can always call our health department's call center hotline. The number is 301-609-6717. We have a late-breaking news announcement that came out in the lunch hour today. The state Maryland Department of Health announced that a testing site will be opening in Waldorf on Wednesday, April 1st. Now, let me tell you a few details that we do have from the press release from the governor's office about this site. Right now, it will be open on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It is not open to the public. What you need to do is you need to first schedule an appointment with your health provider and get a doctor's order to get that test. Let me quote directly from our Deputy Secretary of Public Health, Fran Phillips. Quote, "Right now there is no vaccine and no treatment for this disease. We are focused on testing people who really need it. And by using these sites, we can allow them to be tested away from busy emergency rooms, urgent care centers, and physicians' offices. People with no symptoms or who are mildly ill do not need to be tested at this time. Most people who get this virus can recover at home with rest, fluids, and over-the-counter fever reducers." So this is what you need to do if you do believe that you need to get a test at this location. I'm going to roll out the steps here directly from the state's website, which is linked up from our website at CharlesCountyMD.gov. And it's FAQs for getting tested at a VEEP site. That's where this is going to be at. I didn't mention that. I apologize on the front end for that, but it's going to be at our VEEP site in Charles County, located in Waldorf and Henry Ford Circle. If you're not familiar with that, we will post that information on our website. It's already linked up on our social media and our website, I believe, but we'll scroll that as well so that you have that information. But you need to call your healthcare provider or your local health department to consult first on whether you need to get tested. If you do need to get tested, your provider is going to submit the order, and then you will be sent a unique code and a link to the online scheduling website in your email so that you can make an appointment. The number of appointment slots at each location is dependent on the number of test kits available. The test requires a clinician to insert a single long swab into the back of a person's nostril, and most individuals only experience minor discomfort at most. At this time, what they're saying is that at all the test sites, individuals will remain in their vehicles with the windows rolled up until it's time to receive their test. Then all tested individuals will receive information with further instructions after they're swabbed and should continue to self-isolate at home while they're waiting for results. The results of these tests, as we've shared before, will take anywhere from 4 to 5 days. So it's a lot of information, I know, to digest in a short period of time. I encourage you to go online to get more instructions or to call our local health department if you need medical advice or further details about how you can get tested at this site. With that, I'm going to get back to misinformation. We always like to help you separate fact from fiction on our daily update, and we want to remind you that misinformation is like a virus. It can spread very rapidly. So today, our message is simple. Check your references, Look to the CDC and the Maryland Department of Health for the facts. And whether your question or concerns are based on facts, myths, or personal feelings, you want to make sure before you draw a conclusion that you look the facts up on these websites or on our website, which links to all of these resources. The best prescription that we can offer is to check your factual sources 3 times daily for the latest updates. Limit your consumption of other news sources, and don't get overwhelmed by the abundance of information out there on coronavirus. The coronavirus pandemic is causing significant economic distress for many people in our community, and restaurants have closed their doors except for carryout or delivery. All non-essential businesses have been shut down. So we also want to let you know that we understand that many of you have been affected by job loss, furloughs, or uncertainty about the future of your small businesses. Tomorrow, I'll be speaking by phone with Darrell Brown and Marcia Keith about the resources that are specifically available locally to help you get through this difficult time. I just want to mention before we release that tomorrow, there are a lot of resources already available on the Economic Development Department's website. They've teamed up with our local Chamber of Commerce. They're both working closely with our state and federal partners to bring you the latest information about resources that are available to help you navigate during this time. The federal stimulus package, many of you know, was approved last week and includes many benefits, such as the Paycheck Protection Program, which many of you are aware is the checks that will be mailed to people who qualify to help you get through this time. Economic injury disaster loans, economic injury disaster grants, and small business debt relief programs. New details are forthcoming all the time on how these programs will work and how you can access them, and our economic development leadership team will be giving you a little bit more information about that when we speak to them on April 1st. Please stay tuned for updates from our federal government on availability by visiting our website, CharlesCountyMD.gov. That's a different website than our county government website. So please remember, if you need economic development information, go to CharlesCountyMD.gov. The state of Maryland is offering emergency relief loan and grant funds to also assist small businesses. You can go to Commerce.Maryland.gov to get started in exploring what those information and resources might be. All those who have experienced job loss individually, to include sole proprietors, independent contractors, and self-employed individuals, are also eligible to receive unemployment benefits. Demand is very high right now, so they're asking for your patience as they work to support the many people who are out of work right now. Please get started in this process if you haven't already done so by going to Labor.Maryland.gov. Our Charles County Chamber of Commerce is encouraging small businesses to get on their email list if you haven't already done so. They're providing a lot of news and information for our small businesses in the county. You can be added by emailing the Chamber at the following email address: info@charlescountychamber.org. Put email list in the subject line to get added. That is the news for today. As we close, I'm including my daily reminder to complete your 2020 census if you have not already done so. Our current response rate is 37.2%, which is slightly ahead of Maryland's overall response rate of 36.5%. We are in the top 10 counties across the state that are reporting response rates right now. You can complete your form in just 5 minutes at my2020census.gov, or if you don't have access to the internet, by calling 844-330-2020. There are many ways to stay informed. We always remind you at the end of every broadcast that you can visit our website. You can follow us on social media, Facebook and Twitter, and you could subscribe to the county's daily e-news updates. You can sign up for text and email alerts on our citizen notification system, and you can always watch us on CCG TV at Channel 95 on Comcast or Channel 10 on Verizon Fios. Please subscribe to our podcast, Charles County Government Unscripted, and our YouTube channel, where you can get these updates daily as this public health emergency continues to evolve. Thank you for all that you're doing to support one another in the community, and thank you for listening today.